You know, I was thinking about this because I was browsing through like the media section of Riverside, and I noticed there's a video feature, and I think
Oh,
we should get like an intro video, but we have no money and no editing skills to make something like that.
yeah.
But I digress. It would be cool to have either way. So for all of our followers who are not watching currently, if you happen to know anyone who's really good at editing and want to make us a cool video, we'd appreciate it. Be fun. For now, I have
Hey,
this
yeah, I'm
sharing
live.
button. I just learned the media features. I'm not sure how I'm just noticing this after however many lives we've done. I feel like an idiot.
Not that many.
Enough that it's right there in front of me. Like it's on the right side, marked media. It's not new. It's just there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we said today was going to be more of a relaxed one because we knew there's a lot of life stuff going on. So we were going to do one more misquoted verse, and I thought it'd be fun to do one that I've heard a lot, and I think it's stupid, but it's fun. And then we can just kind of chill. We can even talk about some of the stuff you and I are working on for our classes that they don't know about yet. Maybe some of the merch stuff.
Yeah.
And if anyone's in the comments section, I'll be saying this throughout. If you have comments, questions, feel free to chat along and chill with us. This is really much of a chill video. One that Caleb and I have been talking about doing for, think about it, almost a year now. We've been saying we want to do something kind of chill. And I think that
Yeah.
this should be the chill one where we can just kind of like relax. You know, we can look at memes if Caleb has any he wants to share. We can just have some laughs, kind of chill, and enjoy ourselves. But we'll start with something a little more serious. We'll start with something more along the lines of serious in regards to a misquoted passage. I didn't get to share mine last week. There's so many we could do, but it's in line with the thumbnail that I personally inserted into ChatGPT to make for me. And quite proud of the work that I did not put into it because I have no idea how to make that kind of stuff. But anyways, so let's see here. Screen share. I wanna. This is one. It's fresh in my mind because of the class I'm gonna be doing soon. And by soon I mean in like what, like 3 4 weeks? No, sorry, like a month or so or more from now.
Which one is this? Oh, is this
Psalm
Levi?
74.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
This is
think my
the chaos
screen
one,
looks.
right?
It deals with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip to the verse that's often used to make some one of the most weirdest argument I've ever heard. Maybe not the weirdest, one of the weirdest ones I've ever heard. It was you who split open the sea by your power. You broke the heads of the monsters in the waters. It was you who crushed the head of Leviathan, and it gave it as food to the creatures of the desert. What do you think is the common interpretation I hear from people?
Um, I really couldn't tell you.
This is the extinction of dinosaurs.
Really?
I've heard that so many
Hence the
times.
stream title. I was a little confused by the stream title, I'll be honest.
I know. I want to draw people in with the dino and the
Well,
chill.
it's funny. I had a friend send me a text with the screenshot of it. Like, what? And I was like, I don't know. That's Josh's thing. I have no idea what that is.
I kind of like the dino, and I'm very tempted to just make that our chill
Well,
video
okay,
thumbnail.
so a little issue. Did you use AI for it?
Yes, I already said that.
That's very apparent, my friend.
I told you I used the magical skills that I have to insert words into ChatGPT to make a picture.
No, no, no. But the reason it's so apparent is the dinosaur has different toes on each foot.
That's okay. It
It's
matches
got
how
two toes on
ridiculous the
one foot
argument
and three
is.
on the other.
It matches how ridiculous the argument is. I'm not worried about how many toes dinosaurs actually have. This
No, no,
dino,
no, no. But it's got like two on one foot and
that's
three
okay.
on the other.
It's a magical thing. Are you against people who have more than 5 fingers? Then why are you against my dino who has a different number of toes?
Because the dino, it doesn't look like the dinosaur lost a toe. It looks like he just has two different numbers of toes.
There are some people who don't have the same fingers. I'm not kidding. I literally just typed in, "Please give me a picture of a dinosaur sipping coffee at a recliner by a fireplace with a Bible and a lampstand," and out came that because
Beautiful.
I had a picture in my head, but I have no art skills to make it myself. But yes, I actually got into a debate with someone. I'm not sure how I got into this debate.
Debate.
So he tried to debate me about how this is about the extinction of dinosaurs. I was like, brother, we got a lot of problems here. First off, it has multiple heads for one thing. It's not talking about multiple beasts. It says one animal, so Leviathan singular, multiple heads. Obviously, we don't have dinosaurs that have multiple heads to our knowledge. It's not referring to dinos.
As the resident paleontology nerd in the chat, no, no dinosaurs had multiple heads. That's not possible with a lot of skeletal structures of dinosaurs.
But yes, so but even then, I think it's a really cool psalm. I mean, almost all the psalms. I'm not sure why I'm saying almost. All the psalms are really cool in their own way. So I'll read this one and then I'll go through it slowly. I'm not going to exegete the entire thing, but just to kind of put this verse back in context, and instead of it being, hey, dinosaurs got extinct because God decided so. Oh God, why have you rejected us forever? Why does your anger smolder against the sheep of your pasture? Remember the nation you purchased long ago, the people of your inheritance, whom you redeemed, Mount Zion, where you dwelt. Turn your steps toward these everlasting ruins, all this destruction the enemy has brought on the sanctuary. Your foes roared in the place where you met with us. They set up their standards as signs. They behaved like men wielding axes to cut through a thicket of trees. They smashed all the carved paneling with their axes and hatchets. They burned your sanctuary to the ground. They defiled the dwelling places of your name. They said in their hearts, we will crush them completely. They burned every place where God was worshipped in the land. We are given no signs from God. No prophets are left, and none of us know how long this will be. How long will the enemy mock you, God? Will the foe revile your name forever? Why do you hold back your hand, your right hand? Take it from the folds of your garment and destroy them. But God is my king from long ago. He brings salvation on the earth. It was you who split open the sea by your power. You broke the heads of the monster in the waters. It was you who crushed the heads of Leviathan and gave it as food to the creatures of the desert. It was you who opened up springs and streams, and you dried up the ever flowing rivers. The day is yours, and yours also the night. You established the sun and moon. It was you who set all the boundaries of the earth. You made both summer and winter. Remember how the enemy has mocked you, Lord, how foolish people have reviled your name. Do not hand over the life of your dove to the wild beasts. Do not forget the lives of your afflicted people forever. Have regard for your covenant, because haunts of violence fill the dark places of the land. Do not let the oppressed retreat in disgrace. May the poor and needy praise your name. Rise up, O God, and defend your cause. Remember how fools mock you all day long. Do not ignore the clamor of your adversaries, the uproar of your enemies, which arises continually. What about that says dinosaurs? Now, I'm not saying it's a popular one, but I've heard it enough times that I know is not just one guy who thought this. I've heard it enough times from people saying, "Oh no, this is about the extinction of dinosaurs." Brother, where? Um, because here's the thing. First off, leading all the way up to it is the fact that it's the psalmist crying out to God, saying, "These enemies of yours, those who oppose your people, who oppose you, have come to destroy your people, have come to destroy your temple. They have slandered you. They've done so many things against you." And then he goes on to talk about creation. But he talks about creation differently than Genesis 1. Because in Genesis 1, Caleb, Genesis 1, does God do any action besides speaking and hammering?
Not really, no.
No. But what we have here is we know it's about partly about creation. And because first off, we have the splitting of the sea. Well, what day does that happen? Day 2. The waters split and split again on day 3. You could even argue it's talking about Exodus when the waters are again split. You also have, let's see, where were we? You broke the heads of the monster in the water. I'll get back to that. You crushed the heads of Leviathan. I'll get back to that. And gave us food to the desert. It was you who opened up the springs and streams you dried up, the ever-flowing rivers. Again, we see this in the creation narrative. We see this in Exodus. It was you who the day is yours, and yours also the night. You established the sun and moon. Well, when did he establish the sun and moon? On day one. Sorry, on day four of the creation. And then, so what do we do with this whole? Oh, sorry. And you who set all the boundaries of the earth, you made summer and winter. Again, this is days 5, 6, 3, referring back to that. But the question is, okay, if God didn't do any smiting in Genesis 1, why is it here? Well, in every other creation narrative, except for Egypt, they go to war with dragons. They go to war with chaos monsters, which we're going to do a whole class on. And in there, the gods had to smite the Leviathan or whoever this creature was. But in this case, the Jews are appropriating. They're taking this language and saying, no, your God's not the one who crushed him. Our God's the one who conquered this. And Leviathan is a device used to describe chaos, of which in about a month or 2 months, depends on how long one of our class sessions go, we will be talking about chaos monsters, and Leviathan is one of them. So, look, even if you want to reject the chaos monster thing, which doesn't make sense considering the ancient context and the context of the psalm, is nothing to say about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs don't have multiple heads like this, and the words here, Leviathan and Tanin, is frequently used to describe something that is far ferocious and representing the cosmic evils or cosmic bad of the world that humanity can't control but can't give into, and that God smites and crushes without really even trying. So we're going to do a whole bigger thing on Psalm 74 in maybe a month when we do the whole classroom series on Leviathan and the Chaos Monsters. But please, oh please, please, please do not be one of those people who argues that this is about the extinction of dinosaurs. The Bible doesn't really talk about the extinction of dinosaurs because it wasn't a hot pressing topic for the biblical authors. They weren't thinking, hey, when did these things go away? They have much more things, bigger things to worry about, aka them being persecuted, them being enslaved, them being murdered, them worshiping God and then being murdered again and enslaved again, and all the repetitions of idolatry and slavery and murder in their own life. Please, oh please, stop using chaos monster imagery to describe dinosaurs, especially when dinosaurs don't have multiple heads. It's just not a thing.
No, no, it is not. No, I was racking my brain as I got up to get eggnog, and
It's too early for eggnog, dude. That's a holiday beverage, brother. Please tell me you don't play Christmas music right now, too.
no, no, but that is the nectar of the Lord, and I will forever enjoy it. I would enjoy
Oh,
it year round if it were available.
I mean, eggnog is fantastic. I will admit that. But I tie it so closely to Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's not even November yet, man.
Now I know I haven't actually gotten cider yet, and I keep meaning to.
I had cider recently. I need to make some hot cider, though. Hot cider, for me, is better than cold cider.
You know, I'm the opposite.
I love both. They're both great, but I
Sure.
like it hot just a little bit more. Especially if you put like a little bit of the seasoning stuff you can put in there
Yeah.
to kind of
Well,
help bring that flavor out.
yeah, back at Houghton, the theology department used to do a hot cider event every year,
Ooh,
where we would just get
ooh.
hot cider and sit and talk theology. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was awesome.
Man,
It was really awesome.
I was this close to going to Houghton, and then but they got into a bidding war with Messiah. Messiah won.
You missed out, man. You missed out on a
No,
ton of stuff, though.
nah. I got to meet Josiah, who has no idea that we live stream.
I mean, that's fair, but I got to break a dude's finger. So,
Well,
story for another
good for
time.
you. I mean, this stream can work for that.
True. Well, I guess, okay, so really quick. I'm still labeled as a kufa. I just
I
realized
was
I
wondering how
gave
long you
myself.
noticed that.
That's the Muslim word for doubter.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
um, no, but anyway, so we did this event every year. My dorm did called the Roth Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as my dorm was Roth. Uh, and so one of the events was a blindfolded pumpkin uh, free for all.
Hmm.
What they did is they took us across the street from the dorm to this huge wide open field that the college owned,
Yeah.
and they placed a pumpkin on a stump on the opposite side of the field. And
Noise.
blindfolded, we had to have somebody direct us to there.
Mm.
Well, your boy outthought everybody, and I gotta say this is one of my biggest brain moments because I had my person guiding me simply position me close to the start line and
Hmm.
then just wait for the person who got the pumpkin to start running it back, and then I would just take it from them. So rather than me trying and failing to get the pumpkin, I could just be lined up perfectly with it. And it worked perfectly, but I kind of body checked the dude as I grabbed the pumpkin and I broke his finger. Anyway,
Oh,
but anyways, yes, dinosaurs. Yeah, no, there is.
dinosaurs.
I was racking my brain, and there is nothing in any sort of dinosaur genera or species that I could think of that would possibly support multiple heads.
There's no
It's not gonna be.
passage that cares about dinosaurs.
No, no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if somebody's gonna try and argue, well, they could have had multiple heads. No, look at
No.
the skeletal structures.
No.
No, not your theropods, not your sauropods, not your dromedaries, nothing.
Yeah. Again, it's not a popular one, but I've heard it enough times where people say, "Oh, Psalm 74," amongst other ones, saying, "Oh, it's about the extinction of dinosaurs." See, the Bible does talk about dinosaurs, and it's like, brother, no,
Yeah.
it contextually doesn't say that, and two, it doesn't say that at all. But I digress. I could
Hmm.
go on and on. Dinosaurs are cool though. There's a weird people
They
though
are.
who say dinosaurs don't exist, and I'm like, what? I'm like, how are you coming to that conclusion when we have the skeletal evidence? Like, oh no 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 no. It's like, what do you mean no?
But right, but then it's the opposite problem for human macroevolution,
Hmm.
where they're like, they find a skull and they're like, boom, see, human ancestor, and I'm like, okay, cool. Can you find me a population to bed to prove that's not just a mutated monkey? And they somehow have not. Curiously, I do get a kick out of how people just open arms accept that human macroevolution is a thing when if we were to apply the same logic to like discovering a new species of dinosaur, you would be laughed out of paleontology. Like, are you kidding me? You found one skull? Like, great, it might be a new species, but if you're gonna go ahead and claim that this entire species exists and has ancestors and is a missing link in a species that we see today, no way, no way, dude. So it's funny to me the double standard there.
No, no way.
Well, I
All
mean,
right.
we have 15,000 fossils for dino. Dude, you are like really fuzzy right now.
So are you, buddy?
Oh, am I? I'm crystal clear on my end.
Yeah, I'm crystal clear on my end. This
Oh,
is my camera.
just must be our connection then.
Yeah, it is one of us or both of us. I'm gonna pull up the stream real quick.
It's
So if you hear,
probably me because where I live does not get good reception.
oh yeah, they
But
do have
anyway,
2 toes versus 3 toes.
yeah. So we have, see,
Hey, it's okay. He's a special dinosaur, and he'll be our dinosaur. He'll be our dinosaur for almost every chill live stream. I think from now on. I think that
is
should
it
be our
just gonna
chill
be
live
him in
stream.
different settings, depending on what
It's
we're
a good
talking
idea,
about?
dude. You're just giving me good ideas right now. I'm
I know.
gonna go up to Chat GPT and be like, "Yo, give me some different scenes with this dino. I need to make sure he
Yeah.
has only 3 toes in one foot and two in the other, though. Can't give him the same amount of toes." The
With
stream is
that
back and
said, so
forth.
yeah, no,
Stream is back and
dinosaurs in
forth.
terms
Sometimes you're
of
fuzzy, sometimes I'm fuzzy.
yeah, that's okay. Uh, just in terms of fossil evidence, we have 15,000 plus dinosaur fossils. We have just over, I think it is, 400 fossils for human ancestors, quote unquote. And for dinosaurs, we will find what are called population beds, where we will find a group of fossils that have died in the same spot. Right? Usually they're riverbeds. Dinosaurs trying to cross a river. They get eaten by Sarcosuchus, or they get eaten by Caprosuchus, or they are drowned, or whatever that's got hit in the head with a log or whatever happened. Um, just this area where it was like mass death and has been preserved. Usually, as I said, in rivers, water tends to preserve through sedimentary layers. Uh, we don't have that for human ancestors. We have no complete skeletons. We have some skeletons, but they're not complete. There's a lot of gaps in the fossilized skeletons. There is not. Essentially, what I'm trying to get at is, given the fact that human ancestors existed supposedly around 100 to 150,000 years ago, it is staggering how little evidence we actually have for it. Like, mathematically speaking, it would be so much more likely for us to be finding a ton of human ancestor fossils, given how many dinosaur fossils we found, and yet we find so few, with no population beds to verify that these are not just simply mutations. So the evidence is scarce at best and non-existent in truth. Sorry, that's I always get irked when people are so willing to grant that human beings had ancestors that we macro evolved from. That bothers the snot out of me.
I just want you to know that I still got every word you said, but it sounded like you put a filter on at one point because you got very robotic
Ah,
because of the
crap.
connection. But it was like, oh, I could still get all the words. I was like, all right, I know what he's saying, but it sounds like he went robo mode. Or maybe he's always been a robot. We don't know.
If
Could be
I
a
were a robot, do
prototype.
you really think I would have chosen this body?
Probably. Best way to hide yourself. Explains all the breaking
Inconspicuous,
down
slightly
too.
pudgy. Huh?
Explains all the breaking down too.
What?
It'd be a good cover up considering how much you break down, like with your appendix.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna continually. I've torn an ACL and had an appendicitis. Two things in
Breaking
24 years
down.
ain't that much.
Sounds like you need some new oil and parts.
Right here is my oil.
Nah,
As I said, it is the nectar of the Lord.
the nectar. Would you prefer
Yes.
that over chocolate milk?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Eggnog is my favorite beverage.
Dang, I was not expecting that.
Yeah. No,
I
it's
wasn't
not
ready for that.
close.
No. All right. So we're gonna be here for a little bit, but as you're all coming in with our ridiculous, beautiful, gorgeous thumbnail with the two toes in one and three in the other. I just gotta say one thing first before we go back to our other shenanigans. Like and subscribe. Anyways,
So, did you want to
so
talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing? Or no?
yeah, sure, that could be cool. So I think if you tuned into our podcast, which I think right now I know it's not our most popular format. It's probably our least right now, but I still like it. I still like doing it. I think it provides a good bit of variety for people, and it gives us variety in our chats about things. Um, we started a series on kind of a word study, but I think it's going to bleed into a broader theme study to incorporate some more words. Not all of them. My goodness, we'd be there forever. On the to home from Genesis 1, or abustos from the Septuagint, which refers to the pit, the chaos waters. And we're doing that as a companion, as a pre It's a pre-companion to what we'll eventually do, which is a entire class series on Chaos Monsters and Leviathan. Before we get there, that's where we're at now with our podcast. I know before we announced that was going to be something more on the lines of things we're studying, but then Caleb and I realized we'd be talking about Genesis and Hosea for the next ever.
Yeah.
And there are already podcasts to do that, and at least on Genesis. And some of them are good, some of them suck. Just going to say that. Um, and then some of them don't talk about Hosea at all. But, I think that's better served for a separate video or a podcast or a classroom where we
Yeah.
can dive deep exegetically instead
I
of
was
just
gonna
being.
say that there are like no resources on Hosea. I have figured a lot of Hosea out by myself.
Yeah, I think I- there's a few more concepts I think we need to cover with our class first before we can begin
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
before we begin some more like book or chapter studies. And I say that because there's a lot of lenses that are foreign to us that make those passages easier to read when we know those things. Chaos wants to be one of those, but it's gonna be there for a while.
Right. Well, and part of what I'm working on this other tab here uh, would be part of that, which is teaching Greek.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, do you think you'll need 2 sessions for that or just one?
Nah, just one.
Okay. Just wanted to
I'm
make
not
sure
gonna. Go ahead.
I just wasn't sure if based on what you're working on, if you were anticipating that they might need a second one, or if you think one would be enough to get what you're shooting for.
Yeah, no, I'm just hitting the basics. I am not doing any sort of in-depth reading. I'm just talking about cases. I'm talking about genders, and I'm talking about mostly. I'll be talking about John 1:1.
Sure.
It's kind of a good lead into Greek because it handles one of the more difficult concepts, which is the predicate nominative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's actually it's in itself the best tool to refute Jehovah's Witness
Right.
is the predicate nominative, because they will often point to John 1:1, where theos has no definite article on it. Right? It's anarche en hologos kai en hologos proston theon kai theos en hologos. That kai theos, that last segment there, has no definite article, and Greek does not have an indefinite article. There is no word for a in Greek, right? Like
Sure.
a ball, a book. That indefinite article does not exist. Uh, they would simply just leave it out. It's implied, right? And so when you see that in, excuse me, in John 1:1, kai theos en hologos, you see no definite article the uh, on the word theos, God. So they will say, "Oh, see it. It means and a God was the word." Right? He's just. It's more so saying that he's not God in the same sense, which is right for the wrong reason. Because the reason John leaves out the predicate, or leaves out the definite article, and I'm giving a little bit of spoilers here, but that's fine. The reason he leaves out that article is because he's trying to not say that, he's trying to not commit Sabellianism, which is that the Son is the Father. If you put in the article, let's say you put in it would be the nominative, so it would be kai ho theos in hologos. You would add an omicron with a rough breathing mark, which would be the definite article in the nominative, which would make it, and the God was the Word.
Hmm.
They are now the same thing, which is what John is trying to avoid, because Sabellianism is a first century heresy that John would have definitely been aware of.
Of course.
So
Of
he's
course. Of course.
differentiating. Huh?
I said, of course.
Yeah. He is trying to differentiate between persons here while still sticking with the same substance. So he uses the predicate nominative, which is you have two subjects in one sentence.
Mm.
God and the Word, right? And he equates them using the word, the verb "aimi," to be, which when he says was the Word, Ain is was. He's equating them through that, but making them distinct by not giving them both an article.
Yee.
It's it's extraordinarily beautifully written.
Mm.
Probably, I would say, one of the most well constructed and thoughtfully, obviously it's all thoughtfully put together, but thoughtfully constructed in its original language sentences in the Bible. Like, John is so careful with his word choice there. So careful with the syntax. He wants to make sure he gets it exactly right, so there is no confusion. There is no room for any sort of heresy. It's really cool. So I can look
Nice.
forward to that at some point, Lord willing.
Lord willing. But yeah, so we're not gonna be redoing our podcast, so I'll keep it brief on the things that we're doing. But we didn't announce any of the classes that we're doing. We announced all the stuff we're doing this month for everything else. So we have next. So let me think. You guys are 2 weeks behind what we do. So this coming Wednesday, so tomorrow, you'll be seeing the Shema. The week after is the Hadith. Then the week
Islam
after
Part 3, baby.
is Lombard 3. The truth.
The
The
truth.
proof. The
The
proof.
truth. Okay, that's the proof.
But
I'm
then we
not taking my
have.
shirt off like him, though.
Oh, please don't. Oh, my book fell on my foot. Why is my? I'm looking at the live stream. Why is my hair not matching the screen on this hair? You were pranking me. This is weird. Anyways,
Okay.
okay. Um.
Then it would
What
be
was I?
John Uno.
Oh yeah, we're doing John 1, and then we have the image of God, which I'm anticipating at the most 3 weeks, at the least 2. 1 is not gonna work. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a lot of like, oh, so does it mean this? No, because this and this is an issue. Oh, so it means this? No, that's also an issue. We can't say that. I have a feeling it's gonna be like that. It'll be clearer though as we begin, and then when we get into some cool things I found. Honestly, I had a lot of stuff I started to think. I was like, okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. And then I read John Kilner's book, and I was like, shoot, I got a quarter of this wrong. I got to go fix.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, he's right. Why do you have to be right? Crap. And then I think you were doing something next, isn't it? The whole commonly used passages against Christianity.
I mean, I can do that one. We hadn't really
I forgot.
discussed that.
Is that the next one that they voted for you to do?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So that one goes in there somewhere, and then
It would probably go at the end of Image of God to give you time to work
Finish.
on.
Chaos Monsters. I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be fully done by the time we start. It's gonna be me they just releasing new editions of notes each week, because at first it was gonna be strictly Leviathan, and I thought I can't do that,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
especially I think it's Isaiah uses Tanin and Nachash as synonyms for Leviathan, and then when you trace how they are used,
Yeah.
you then go and see that they also use things like lions and scorpions as synonyms for Tanin and Leviathan and Nachash, on top of the waters and the wilderness and desert as like the abodes of disorder and chaos, which is why I'm glad we're doing the water as a companion. So it's like one less layer I have to do for the class, and say, just go watch this, just go listen to this, you'll be fine, you'll survive. It's gonna be fun though. I'm doing a lot of reading. I have my first few pages of notes done. It's gonna be the longest one I'm personally teaching. The longest one I guarantee you, the longest one we'll ever do is Kingdom of God. That's gonna be the longest. thing we do.
Yes, and that's something that I think is very needed because a lot of people have a ton of misgivings about it and what it is,
Yes,
and they seem to not understand what Jesus meant by the kingdom of God is at hand.
there's that, and then there's the um. I was watching an interview of Carmen Imes Joy on the Image of God because I was reading one of her books. Because
Okay.
she said that she wrote to write a book more for because she's a scholar, but she said I wrote to write this because I didn't feel like there's enough work for the everyday churchgoer. A lot of the Image of God stuff is super academic stuff, and she's like, I wanted to provide something that took the academic and brought it towards your everyday church person.
Right, the layperson. Yes.
Yeah, and so I read that because I was kind of curious, like, okay, how can I better simplify this so I'm not like speaking over people as and
Mm-hmm.
then make them feel like I think I'm smarter than they are. How can I communicate better on these things? What's a
Right.
simpler way to put this? And then she did an interview with Sean McDowell, and he asked, and one of the questions was like, what is something that you think the church needs to like drop and get rid of? And the first thing she said was like, the idea that the goal of Christianity is just to go to heaven when you die.
Yep.
So like that doesn't work with the image of God. It doesn't work with the kingdom of God. It doesn't work with so many things that it needs to be dropped because there's a huge misconception presented in the Bible. Now, it's currently a present reality, sure, but it's not the final reality. And she was like, it severely, whether people realize it or not, it can't. I want to say contradicts. I can't find the right word. It just does not line up with the actual storyline and narrative and history of the gospel narrative from Genesis to Revelation. And
Yeah.
so when she said that, I was like, dang, that's some good stuff. I need to remember that. Um, because she works at Biola, so she works with Sean a lot, and her whole thing is that she works with students, but also she tries to provide works for your everyday layman and churchgoer, so that they can feel like they're getting some of the information without it being talked over them because they don't have the jargon in their mind already. So I really appreciated some of her work on that. But yeah, we'll be doing Chaos Monsters. Kingdom of God will be doing eventually. I mean, all these things are just layers. And what I think is so beautiful about the classes that we're doing, and now we're starting to bleed into some theme studies in our classes, is that as we go, we're going to start seeing how all these different themes that feel like multiple stories are really tying together into one big story, and they're all just different moving parts. Um, I can already see that in my head how everything's going as we've been preparing some of these things, and it's really,
Yeah.
really cool. And I think that when we do things like Trinity or the Greek and Hebrew, it kind of helps us kind of start to grab hold of it better. And then we
Right.
have our times to break things up, like with the Hadith, like the work you've been doing with the polemics, to just kind of like provide some really good content, but also allow the mind to rest on this area and re-engage this other side. So I'm
Yeah.
really happy with how we're doing things with the class right now.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're tired of it. I'm just kidding.
No, no, I've been up since early. So
What's early for you right now?
early for me right now is just before 6.
Dang. That's right where I'm getting up to. By getting up, I mean look at the clock and being like, meh.
Amen. Dude, my alarm went off this morning, and I looked at it, and I was just like, is it worth it? Yeah. Mostly
Well, the
because I
best
have to
part,
pee, but
well, the best part too is my computer is what woke me up because it got a notification. It lit up and just blasted my eyes because it decided to provide a white screen. It decided to provide a white screen instead of its regular like, hey, here's this beautiful background. Here's a little notification in the corner. Then it goes away in like 5 seconds. It was like big white screen flash on. It's like you suck so much. It was like 10 minutes before my alarm too. I was like, dude, that 10 minutes would have been really nice.
oh yeah, oh that's the worst is when you wake up right before your
Well,
alarm's
actually,
gonna
no.
go off.
What's worse for me is that I actually frequently wake up an hour before my alarm.
Ooh,
Like I could set for 5, and my body will wake up at 4. I'll set it for 7. I'll wake up at 6. I don't know why.
that's
so
rough,
then,
brother.
so then I look at it. I'm like, no, I'm going to sleep. I said this time. I'm going to sleep till this time, and then I go back to bed. So unless the Lord is saying, Josh, I have something to say to you, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, you're gonna experience the second calling of Samuel.
Yeah, I know. I had a friend who thought she was experiencing that. I was like, well, it could also just be that You're restless. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
unless she is audibly hearing the voice of God calling her name, that is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Happy, happy
Ooh.
heresy. What's up?
Ooh. Let's share. I mean, do you have anything of new updates content wise you want to share?
No, I'm actually just working on the predicate now into a slide right now.
I will be working on my Nicaea video after this.
Fun.
Um, and by that I mean actually writing the script finally. Now that I have my notes done, sort of. Anyways, so here's another thing. We don't really promote this a lot because we don't want to be thought of as a. I guess it was more me. Maybe you don't have this problem. I'm worried about coming off in the wrong way when we talk about our merch stuff. I, um, maybe it's just the fear of it being like we're here just to make money, but really the money that we use we going back into this so we can afford more resources, upgrade our equipment, go out and do things, buy the sign so we can go do our prayer evangelism for the sign that we probably can't afford yet. Um, however much that's going to cost. But we do have a merch store. I remember when I first told you that you were like, "We have a merch store? Cool." I think that was your exact words too.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, I did a little bit of promotion today.
Oh, you
I
did?
had a friend tell me that they were afraid of butterflies, and so I sent them the picture of the shirt with the butterflies on it and said, so does this freak you out?" And I put in parentheses, "Yes, this is a shameless self plug. Go buy our merch."
Cool. I know
So,
right now, at least on my analytics, we got currently one, but I know some people tune in like late. Like I've seen some of our videos get like later views. So if you are watching, you get the scoop now because I'm not repeating myself
oh, you're gonna show
until I
them the
remember.
designs.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna show them all. I'm just gonna show them what's currently released, and then because I want to keep some of them to ourselves. I made. All right. So let me rephrase. So some of our content, I think that we will announce early, like Chaos Monsters, because we've already been doing the companion for it. It just makes sense to share that.
Mm.
Some of the stuff I think would be kind of fun to like save as a fun reveal. Um, then again, who watches our live streams right now? Um, but then we can like share the design for the shirts or whatever it is that we want to use for that series. So I'm going to show our current store and some of our newest designs. And then we do have some new designs that are coming up as we do more studies. But we're going to save those for when we actually do those studies because it's more fun. It makes, to me, I think it's fun. You might find it boring in having to wait because who really cares? I do because I'm a weirdo. So here we go.
Get
You don't
hype.
need to you don't need to agree with me so quickly. All right. So here's our current store. You can at all see that,
Oh,
brother,
we could for a moment.
bro, brother. How about now?
Yes.
Wahoo! All right. So I'm gonna come back to this one.
Sub Mario.
What? Oh, me.
Yeah.
So down here we got our old stuff that we're gonna keep. I've tried to make it so most of our shirts sit around 20 bucks, except for our original T-shirt that's at 15. Almost all hoodies are at 30. Every other T-shirt's at 20. Hats at 25.
Yo,
So we're
classic
like in a
dad
pretty
cap.
good.
I am
I know
representing a different classic dad cap right now.
you are, but these honestly, I try to keep them so that there is some profit for going into affording new equipment or ministries or resources, but that way it's still very affordable. And so it's about on par, if not a little under what everyone else does. Not as much as it was before, where we were making nothing, but now it's like a little bit. But we got just ones with our regular logo on it. This one is one of my favorites right now. It's got this little circle called Defend Apologetics Theology. It's kind of our main stuff and got all of our wonderful colors here.
Yee.
This one, unless someone really likes it, it might not last longer. um, I kind of dug it at first, and now it feels like a really bad college shirt. Um,
I would agree at least the very least that yes, you're very proud of this one. That
I am proud of this
it
one.
does get it does give college vibe. It definitely does.
Yeah, so it's probably gonna go away. This one, this one was requested by our class group, our small group, where Caleb and I kept saying things like "This is weird" or "We're very professional." So we made a shirt where on the front it says "This is weird," and on the back, "Oh come on, you little stinker, switch." All right, on the back it says "This we are very professional." Apparently, my computer has decided to betray me,
There it is.
and I don't like it.
Well, literally
What
as soon as you left the page, it loaded.
are you? There we go. We are very professional.
Clearly, as
Hmm.
evidenced by the past 20 seconds.
I actually bought this shirt the second I finished making it. I pressed order and it got sent to me. I was super happy. I haven't worn it yet because I'm waiting for. I think this Friday I'll wear it, even though I'm not teaching. I might still wear it then.
I was gonna say, I mean, you can take this Friday's class if you want.
You're better off doing Greek.
Oh,
I mean, I can teach Hebrew, but it'll be just basic consonants. All right, this one I made for Caleb
well,
specifically
yeah, you don't
because he
read
was very fond of
Greek.
this.
I do like
I,
that.
I, I mean, I read a little Greek, just not. I'm not like you at all. I can't do it very well. But yeah, I was very proud of this one too. Capture every thought, call to defend, and on the back, are you gonna shame me again? Good. We got 2 Corinthians 10:5. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Um,
I'm
so
gonna
just kind
call
of
this
playing to Caleb's polemics.
the Deus Volt shirt.
The what?
Deus Volt. It's
Oh,
Latin
okay.
for as God wills.
This is kind of more like our represent our
As
polemics
God wills.
section of our blanking
Sick
my head.
shirt.
Our section of our ministry. I'm pretty sure Caleb's gonna be ordering this one pretty soon, or asking me to order it because I can get him a discount.
I
This
mean,
one, I'm actually quite proud of this sweatshirt. I'm buying the sweatshirt very soon.
it's a good
I
one.
love this.
That's a good one.
And defend faith, and I wasn't sure I was gonna like the whole picture in the background, like of the actual image, and it
Yeah.
really, I really dig it. Once I put defend and faith next to it, I was like, yeah, you're getting ordered very soon, very very soon, probably tomorrow. Every time I look at it, I just want it more. Anyways, so right now we have image of God, which is right here, created in his image, Genesis 1:26-27, and we have elements of creation and humanity with the radiance, just kind of resembling that of which is the image of God in some way, that we are created distinct and different than everyone else, which we'll be talking about in our class. This is going to be, these shirts are going to be tying into our classroom series or our major big project videos, kind of like right now image of God, or upcoming with chaos monsters. Maybe we'll do some for like theme studies we do for future podcasts, or we may even do some more polemics or apologetics shirts if it's like a big theme for the month or for our ministry. And so whenever we're doing that theme, we will have a major discount on it because it ties into this theme. So right now this shirt's $12 because we're going to be doing the image of God in next week at the earliest, Lord willing.
Mhm.
And so this is going to be $12 until we're done with Image of God, and when the week after Image of God is done, we begin the new series or whatever it is that we're working on. Then it will bump back up to 20, and the new shirt will drop down to $12, and that will be the present shirt. So I really almost all these colors with this really works. Like I was actually surprised how many colors I can make this work with the yellow. I really though dig the purple, especially in light of royalty, and it kind of plays into the royal language of humanity in Genesis and God. So I really dig it. So I ordered my first ever purple shirt. I'm very excited.
Yeah. You know I'm a sucker for black though.
Oh yeah, I like black too. I've actually been wearing a lot of white and black again lately. I wear like
Yeah.
the Life Goods and Nature Back shirts almost like to gym every single day.
But the nice thing is about the shirts and everything in the store is that it's not going into our pockets, right? It's going back into the ministry. It's going back towards funding equipment, funding projects, right? Like we talked about with the signs.
Paying
Um,
Printify for letting us have a store.
exactly. Uh, but you know, and it's going back into more designs, right? Keeping the store running. Hopefully, at some point, Lord willing, getting our website up and going. Hopefully.
Everything I can, everything. Well, here's the thing. Every design I can get for like relatively cheap is sketchy. So the ones we really
Oh,
want
I
for
don't
the
have it.
website, it's just money that we have, but it's gonna not be able to stay.
Right.
So it's something that we just kind of need help. We need help supporting.
Right, and
But
this could
the
go
desire
to
for the
that.
website is to provide things like our notes, articles, other things, maybe dates. You know, if we ever get to the point where we're like traveling a little bit, you know, like we're doing like something here for like an evangelism thing, or it could be just, like some of our announcements that we don't want to make on social media, but it's like you can find stuff there, contacts, not like newsletter type of stuff, like all those kind of things. That's the kind of thing we hope to do with the website, things like that, but can't do them right now yet. We're getting there slowly.
Yeah,
But yeah, as Caleb said, all of it, none of it goes in our pockets. All of it goes, actually, it's coming out of our pockets. Most of the time, we're buying our own shirts.
true.
um, I really dig the designs. I remember before
For sure.
I had done stuff and I was like, this sucks. Um, but I'm very excited 'cause I'm gonna have and what's really cool is that we try to make them all of them very topical. And so if you get these, it also could be a really cool conversation starter with someone, you know, with the image of God, with the polemics, with eventually the chaos monster design. I'm very excited for the chaos monster design. I texted Caleb. I
Yeah.
really like that one too. And I think that one would be a killer conversation piece. Like, did you have that? And someone's like, what does this shirt mean? And you could just talk about the story of Jesus and conquering death and all those things. And it's like it's a
Yeah.
huge. It could be so awesome, and you can wear it at the gym. All right. Anyways, I don't need to keep self plugging, but we already kind of did that. But it's really
Yeah.
cool. So if you're checking this out, we'll promote this again for a little while. We'll probably make community posts, Instagram posts. Oh man, I gotta fix our Instagram. It's been a minute. But we'll be doing a lot of those, and so that way you know about them. But every time we do a series, $12 is gonna be the shirt. I know it's still a little bit for some people. That's the lowest I can get it without having to pay the store for making it. And then being in the negatives was actually it's a whole
Yeah.
thing. It's the unfortunate thing about ministry is that you do in today's world you do have to play into like a business a little bit, and
Yep.
so we're hoping to slowly build this into a business in a sense where we can provide more. Because what I really like is that a lot of just about almost all of our content is free. And I like that we're providing free stuff. You know, we might eventually do a tier system. I know you toyed with that idea. You know, like for
Yeah.
supporters.
Right. Like so, if we were ever to do a tier system, it could be like if we did maybe tier members only Discord, or if we did we might release a video early, or we might release some of our notes on there. Or we might do like a video a month that only members get access to, or something like that.
And it's all a ways away. It's just ideas that
Oh,
we're
for sure.
having
Yeah.
because we want to make sure that we're thinking ahead. So we're
Yeah.
providing the best resources for you guys. Again, I know we go back and forth. As on one hand, we're growing fairly well in some sense. We're also still small, so we recognize that we're not trying to jump the gun and act like we're a big ministry when we're not.
Hmm.
We are still growing. Thank you for all 144 of you who follow us. Um, it's
Yeah.
really
No, it,
cool.
it truly does mean a lot. Right? We are just two dudes trying to get the gospel out, and the fact that we can be blessed enough by God to have this ministry and to have you all be a part of it is a wonderful, wonderful blessing
Yes.
that we
And
certainly do not deserve.
yeah. And the original intent of this ministry was not to act like we have something new to offer.
Mhm.
It was to provide recommendation and help and resources, whether it be other ministries or books or other things to help you guys and ourselves grow closer to the Lord in our understanding of the biblical text and knowing Him in worship and in love and a variety of other capacities and facets. But that was the original design. And so there's still some things that we're still not providing brand new things. We're also trying to provide maybe content in areas that are not talked about as much. And you know, there might be why some of our stuff hasn't really hit peak interest yet because it's not something that is fresh on people's minds. But when it does
Sure.
come into their mind, we already have something prepared for them or being prepared for them. And
Hmm.
so they get to uh, benefit in the fact that either we worked ahead or that we're working on it. And it's not just like we're only touching all the hot topics. You know, that I'm not taking a shot at the other ministries out there. But, you know, a lot of them, because they're so big, they have to make sure they're on top of the hot topics because that's
Sure.
what's fresh in all the people's minds. That's just the nature of the online game. But since we're smaller, we get to play into the here's a hot topic, but also here's a topic that's not talked about. And maybe it's not presently on people's minds, but if they ever browse our channel and they see it's there, they have access to it.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's a fun time to be doing this kind of stuff.
It really is. And then the nice thing about, you know, we'll see if it's sustainable, but the nice thing about doing live streams that is that we can kind of pick and choose, right? Like we can choose, hey, you know, for the live stream, this big thing is happening, excuse me, in the world right now. Let's talk about that on the live stream. And then we can keep up the regular content, right? The stuff that isn't being talked about but needs to be.
Yeah. And also sometimes we can just do something like this where it's kind of chill. We have some laughs and we didn't do anything big laughing like that one video where we just were dying half the time. Um
What was it?
Richard Carrier.
Oh, yeah.
We should do
Again, it's
another one
like
of
one of our
those.
most popular videos. So,
We should do another one of those where it's just like you had the idea of just going through some Christian memes. I think that could just be either a
yeah, going through
segment
some
we do in
Christian
a live
memes.
stream to
And
break
then
up.
I do want to do that original language guessing game. I
Oh
think that would be
jeez.
fun. I think that would be a lot of fun.
We could if you have any funny ideas of things you want to experience with us that's not just informative or cultural content, please let us know in the comments. We'll keep
Yeah.
those things in mind. Speaking of live streams, what are we doing Thursday again?
Thursday is the Standing on the Shoulders of Giants one.
That's right. That's
Actually,
right.
I would like to title that Flying on the Shoulders of Giants.
Flying on the shoulders of giants. And for those who are taking a little sneak peek, what exactly are we covering in that discussion?
It's just people who benefit from Christian values but reject Christianity. Right? So the idea is that, you know, the general ideas of morality that we
Mm.
get and the benefits that it has caused in the West and the people that reject that. Right? Reject not the Western values necessarily, but embrace the Western values, uh, hold them dearly, and then turn around and spit on the system that gave it to them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just an update. I got the sixth notification today about someone responding to the ridiculousness of Candace Owens. It's the sixth
What's up?
video. It's the sixth video notification I've gotten about some channel responding to the
Oh,
insaneness of Candace Owens.
I honestly, I've been way too busy to keep up with Groyvers.
Let's just say she, you know how she kind of fell off the cliff a little bit? Well, she climbed up and took a dive. She fell off and then she
Great.
climbed up, making you think things were better, but so she could do a full blown dive with being even more anti Semitic. Which, why do we need to be anti any ethnic group. Why? Um,
Yeah, no.
and then making
Ethnic
a lot
group,
of weird
no,
statements
but
about Kirk's shooter.
that, yeah. She had done that almost immediately after it happened. And it was funny, there was this letter that was written to from Charlie to Bibi Netanyahu, and people were theorizing, oh, he was disavowing Israel, and so that's why they took him out. And then the letter came out, and Charlie was like, the most pro-Israel letter you've ever seen in your life, like, like completely dispelling the notion, and being like, Israel needs to survive. You have my full support. I hope I get to come visit soon. That sort of thing. It's like, oh, well, there goes that theory, huh, guys?
Well, her recent thing has been one of her recent things was going on about the shooter and how like there was a video of him from like a year or two ago or something, and where he's talking to he's on a cop body cam, and one time she denies the fact. No, there's one of the videos she denies that he ever said the word vehicle, and then another video like later or before then she then comments about how weird it is, and that in the same video he calls his car a vehicle and makes fun of him for it. When then someone else pulled up a video of hers where she 10 times said the word vehicle. It was like she's like, "Why are you saying vehicle? It's so unnatural and weird." And then pulls up a video of her saying, "My vehicle, my vehicle, my vehicle." Like
Yeah,
I was like, Why are we making this kind of content? Why are you
because it gets
criticizing the
clicks.
shooter? But no, why are you criticizing the shooter about how he talks about a car and then lie about it the next video?
Yeah, I know. It's fascinating to see all the conspiracy theories that fly around, um,
It's just wild.
to the point where somebody was. I got a video from a buddy who let's to call him a conspiracy theorist is like calling, Muhammad hijab unfaithful, right? It's just massive understatement.
Sure.
Um, and but he's credit to him. He's been good on this one, but he keeps like sending me videos and being like, "Is this true? Is this true?" And it's like I will watch like 2 minutes of it and be like, "Dude, this is nonsense." Like, he sent me one where, and this will get a little graphic, but you could see where Charlie was hit,
Oh,
and yeah, the guy in the video was like, "This is an exit wound," and I was like, I am not a forensic scientist, but I know enough about exit wounds to tell you that is not an exit wound. Right? Like exit wounds blossom outward. There's going to be fine blood spatter. It's yeah. It was a special video, and I'm a little peeved, I guess is the right word there, by all of these conspiracy theories regarding the death of a husband and father. And it's like these people can't seem to wrap around, and we're actually going to talk about it a little bit Thursday. They can't seem to wrap their minds around the fact that the whole world is not out to get them, and that sometimes evil people just do evil things.
yeah. I was actually as you were talking about, I was thinking we should do a stream about conspiracy theories. Um,
We definitely could.
I think that's just been fresh on people's minds because of so many things going on, and we don't have to dispel them all, but being like, look, at some point we just gotta understand that we just don't know, and we don't need to
Hmm.
act like we do.
Right.
But that can be for another stream at some point.
I will say my favorite conspiracy theory response is when people say that the moon landing is fake. My response is always, "Bro, you believe in the moon?" Like,
That's my
what?
response
Come
too.
on. Yeah, I mean, it's a
My
great
response
one.
too is to be like, "You believe in the moon? Really?
Exactly. Come on. Be,
Come on,
it's
man,
so obviously fake.
man."
Yeah. No, but yeah, we should do a stream about that. I think that'd be interesting.
It would be interesting. It'd be intriguing.
Intriguing.
Intriguing. I think we could wear next Tuesday stream.
I had that thought, but I didn't know what you had planned.
I don't.
Okay. Fair enough.
My plan is to finish the Council of Nicaea video, make sure our videos are all ready for next week, because we're supposed to be a month ahead, but we're a month behind.
Are
um,
we?
we're about to be. We were, for our original plan, it was gonna be we had all of our stuff done before the month, and
Yeah.
we don't have all of our stuff done.
We can talk about it off air. I guess I'm a little confused, but we'll talk
Talking
about it
about
later.
recording stuff. All of us are recorded, so we can just
Yeah.
have it all uploaded and done. That way we can spend the rest of October prepping for November.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I see what you're saying.
but because we had
So
a
we're
couple
not we're
things that
not behind. We're just behind where
I
we
feel
wanted
behind.
to be.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was more of a like it.
Well, in my defense, I had an organ removed and I didn't plan
No,
on
I was say we
that.
had things come up. We had things come up that
Yeah.
prohibited us from being able to go forward, and
Yeah.
so I'm not mad about it. It was just one of those like, I gotta make sure I keep up. So we have everything now in time. 'Cause I loved how October hit and everything was already set,
Yeah.
and I
That
was
was
like,
nice.
sweet, awesome. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that again unless we like, I all of a sudden have a week off.
Yeah, that really is the big thing is editing time for you. Because like I could knock out November's stuff probably within the next 2 weeks.
We
Like
don't
on
even
my
fig-
end, I'm saying, but
we have to schedule November still.
no, I know, but I'm saying like we have some things, right? But
Yeah, we have our podcast, got classes,
in live
Tuesday
streams, it's
shorts,
pretty
live streams. We
easy.
just got to figure out Thursday shorts and Friday videos.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, with this new format that I'm digging, it definitely lightens things up a little bit. It for me involves a little more research, which is cool. Um, but it lightens up the editing a little bit because Tuesday and Thursday I can't edit live streams really.
Right.
Um, Tuesday shorts just take something from class that worked really well. Thursday is a response which takes like 5 minutes to make and then 6 minutes to edit, maybe. It's like
Hmm.
11 minutes.
Sure.
And then Friday is actually like prepping, scripting, and recording. And then Wednesday is the class, so it's just
Yeah.
whatever comes out of our mouths from our prep. And then Monday, I would agree. I would agree with our assessment that it started a little awkward, and then when we got into it, and I think now that we have a better idea of how we want this to roll, it
Yeah.
I think it'll work really well. I think it'll be really nice, it'll be really fun.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah,
Excuse
let me
me.
think. We have Nicaea this week. Next Friday is.
Uh, Augustine.
That's right. Then Ephesus. Or, and then 95 Theses, I think it was.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I remember what we're going to do for that.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'm not. What if I made. Okay, so you know how in our Thursday videos from last month, I did the whole black and white brief intro and then it goes?
Yeah.
What if I took like a piece of what you're doing and put it at the beginning and then just leave it for the end? No? Just leave it fully surprise. People are like, getting to the end of the video, like, he just closed out. Why are we still here? That's the most I'll say.
Yep.
We have that. Yeah,
It's so
it'll be good.
stupid.
It'll be awesome. It'll
It
be funny
is.
for me. Well, because I had fun with the. Did you watch your Justin Martyr video?
No, actually, I didn't.
So I went back to some of my editing similar to the resurrection myths a little
Great.
bit,
Great.
where I like it's not as bad. Like I didn't put memes in there, but I put in the top right picture all of the books you referenced that Justin did,
Sure.
and then I'm very tempted actually to pull it up on the screen and just share the video, at least part of it. Actually, I think it will. I don't know how it's gonna go.
Well, it's not like we're gonna get copyright claimed for our own
It's
content.
our own content.
Excuse me.
Let me see. View my channel. Oh, looks like IP might have made another Halloween video.
Oh, did he?
I think so. Unless it's old and it's just telling me. Uh, we don't need to
Looking at
watch
his
the whole thing.
channel, I only see the "Why are Muslims so scared to debate?" Or
Okay,
is it a
then it must
short?
just be popping up because of October.
Yeah,
All right, there you are.
that's something that actually irks me. So maybe we'll talk about that on a live stream.
Which one?
The whole debacle with Halloween and how people talk about how Christians. It's not only that Christians shouldn't celebrate it. That's that most of them, but other people will be like, "You're evil if you celebrate it," and it's like, all right, calm down.
See, I thought about doing a whole Halloween thing, but you said let's not become IP. So then I was like, okay, fine.
Well, right, because I mean that really is his territory. But I mean, we could just chat about it really quick on a live stream
Oh
sometime.
yeah, why don't we? How about this? Let's schedule the
By the way,
either the
guys, this
20.
is pretty much how it is behind the scenes. It's just us tossing ideas at one another until something sticks.
Do you want to do the week of Halloween or the week before?
I think it makes sense to kind of do it the week of, right?
All
Because
right, then how about
Halloween's a
we?
Friday, so
Well, why don't we shoot it for the 28th, the Tuesday?
we could do that.
Could do a Tuesday. That was time to marinate, and then if we want to do another Halloween theme, maybe. I mean, we could do Tuesday is like the actual serious conversation, and then Thursday is more of a chill Halloween episode, or it could be
Yeah,
reversed. Could be a Halloween live stream that entire week, both days.
can kind of play it by ear, see what. We'll
Yeah,
we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Most singular, important resources that we as Christians. Ugh,
Just so you know, guys, we're gonna do some
ugh,
response to this guy. This guy is a
ugh.
pretty sketchy
He
Christian
is
apologist.
the way that I start this video. It gets better as it goes on, but the start of this video, I appreciate that we liked our own video. The start of this
Oh, we
video,
did.
that's one
I
of.
think I, I think I thought it was my personal account when I clicked like.
Oh, um,
I might have been signed in the wrong account at that time.
but yeah, I do not like how I started this video. It felt like choppy and like I was just kind of collecting my thoughts when I wasn't, and I had the script in front of me. But I was really, for some reason, struggling to read it early on. It gets better as it goes on, but my
I don't know why you're
goodness,
talking about
dude.
like you did it. This is some conspiracy Christian about some guy named Justin Moore that supposedly existed.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna clip
Well,
that someday in the future, saying I
if
never
you
said he
scroll
existed.
down, if you scroll down, we got like a couple comments, and each one of them were like, Justin is not overlooked, son. And I was like, all right, pal, calm down. Also, the phrase "light from light" is attributed, however, to Saint Irenaeus of Lyons. No, I can tell you, no. I would say go check out chapter 61 of Dialogue with Trifo.
I really loved this guy right here. I loved this comment.
Which, so
Great
hang
view. My
on.
name is also Justin. This is an inspiration to me. I love being able to see someone be impacted positively by our content, not because it elevates us, but to see the Lord using something to
Yeah,
bring glory to Him and to aid others in their growth. That really
yeah.
excited me when I saw that. Anyways, let's go back to this conspiracy, reckless Christian, supposed Christian.
Can utilize, whether it be clarifying some theological confusion or simply studying the philosophies of the church. And one of those predecessors,
All
if
right,
you've been around the channel at all,
there
I
we go.
feel like is often overlooked, is Justin Martyr. Now, if you've been around the
Mm,
okay, all right,
favorite
pal,
nerd.
all right, pal. Channel at all, you know that I'm a pretty big Justin Martyr guy. Uh huh. And I'm hoping by the end of this video, I'll convert you to the same. All right, look, I think I did a pretty darn good job of laying out the case for Justin Martyr. He was born around 100 AD, which would put his birth right around the tail end of the Apostle John's life. He converted to Christianity around the age of 30 after trying out several
Like and subscribe, baby.
different philosophies, like Stoicism, Pythagoreanism, and Platonism. He converted from being a Greek pagan.
And then I go back to normal stuff where, oh yeah, I give you your direct
It is actually
quote there, and then I put your little images up here for your books. and
Also,
then I
really
kept it
quick.
pretty normal.
Sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that. Um, really quick. Light from Light is not from Irenaeus. Like I'm looking at some of his works right now. Well, specifically, I'm looking at Against Heresies, which is definitely his most famous work, and he does talk about light. He talks about it in Book 4, Chapter 14, verse 1 there. But it says, for to follow the Savior is to be a partaker of salvation, and to follow light is to receive light. But those who are in light do not themselves uh, illumine. I think they're supposed to be illuminate the light, but are illuminated and revealed by it. And so they contribute nothing to it, but receiving the benefit, they are illuminated by the light. That is not light from light, my friend. Right.
Yee.
Chapter 61, Dialogue with Trifo, Justin talks about having fire beget fire, flame from flame. That's where that language comes from. So, sorry, but also in
No
terms of
idea.
Justin Martyr being overlooked, I mean, just that comment that we read, right, where it's very nice. He said, "This inspired me because, yes, many Catholics know about Justin Martyr, but not a lot of Protestants do."
Yeah,
And
unfortunately, Protestants don't know church history that well.
right, which is kind of the
Or
aim of this series.
maybe I should rephrase that.
No,
Cause
you're
like
right.
you're, well, no, I'm rephrasing that a little bit because you have some branches that don't know them fully. Like your Anglican, your Lutherans know a little more about church history. The more
Yeah.
conservative ones than your more of your evangelical Protestants don't
Mhm.
know
And
church history.
your presbys know church history post like
Calvin,
1500.
ye, new idea. While I'm looking at this,
Sure.
um, maybe we do a response live stream. We could do a whole Muslim one for the longer stuff.
Just rapid fire responses.
Well, I mean, like we can just do this kind of format where we just kind of chill and we pick a maybe a bigger video and we just kind of pick it apart.
Yeah.
Kind of we're doing to this poor soul right here.
He is
Um,
pretty darn ugly, isn't he?
I know, I know.
Poor guy.
Where is it?
I do kind of question what was going on. I just
He
need a
is
haircut, like desperately. That's why I'm wearing a hat
large part
right
why
now.
Arianism was so easily rejected, and a lot of Justin's talking points are foundational to
Where is it? There's another point where
being divinely inspired. Obviously, it is, but they agree with the principles in it. And from there, Justin will argue, and now we argue.
bro, what was that? My
I couldn't
internet
tell
just
you.
kind of failed
Indeed.
me for a second there.
But I believed it was important to start with Justin Martyr. Now, obviously, we could start with the apostles and with Christ, but I feel like we want to kind of dive into the frameworks that people don't quite know about as much, that people don't fully understand. And so I hope, at the very least, I was able to show you that Justin Martyr is significantly important to your faith.
Is that what you
personally.
wanted them to see?
And I hope that at the very
Oh, and there's a part where I do the other text thing.
Give some of his works a read.
There he is.
Yeah, he is. He is. I mean, I love the works of Justin Martyr. In particular, his conversation at the beginning of Trifo. It's like chapters. I think it starts in 4. He starts talking about the elder. Might be a little later than that. That's a really interesting conversation. I think it runs through chapter 10. It's a really interesting conversation, just in terms of how Justin is converted, right? And him talking about the mortality of the soul and therefore its corruptibility. And it's like, that is fascinating. I had never thought about it before, and I use that now
Hmm.
in terms of deists and theists who reject Christ. It's very interesting.
All right. Well, we're approaching. I promoted this being from around 9:30. It's 9:19. I'm out of conversation points at the moment. I'm sure I could think of some more later, but the ones I'm thinking of right now do not pertain to this live stream and its purpose. But if you made it this
What was the
far,
purpose of this stream?
The chill. Dinosaurs and chill. Dino and chill.
That's true. That was the title. So
Dino and chill. And we did that exactly. We dinoed and we chilled.
I didn't realize dino was a verb.
It is now. And I'm telling you right now, every time we have a chill live stream, ooh. Okay, our Halloween one is gonna have the dinosaur with some pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns.
Created a monster.
I This is all you're doing when
I know, buddy,
tired
I
Josh stop the filter goes away. And by filter I mean his caring for professionality goes away.
We
Professionality
are
isn't
very
the word either.
professional.
We are
We
very
are very
professional.
professional.
Very. All right, if you made it this far, thank you for tuning in with us. Go check out our merch store if you made it this
Nobody
far.
made it this far.
No, we had one person, our Twitch guy. Hey, Twitch buddy.
Heck
You've
yeah.
been faithful.
Twitch guy.
I mean, unless Twitch is lying to me, it could be. I really would love it if you left a comment one of these days. Because it seems like you're just always there for us.
Well, let the man lurk if he wants to lurk.
No. No. Come chill. Dino and chill. That was weird.
It was very weird. I am deeply uncomfortable.
I am uncomfortable too. Look, it can't get worse. Like it can't get worse, but
Oh,
it
it
can't
can
do
get worse.
much worse than Than when he was online with IP and he was like barking for one of my puppies.
On that note,
Bark if you want.
I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Josh has mentally checked out and probably
I'm
needs
still
a
here.
moment.
I'm still here.
So I apologize for whatever that was. Please do not take that as an indication of anything on this channel. And we hope that you have enjoyed watching this stream if you made it this far, but I assume, as with 95% of the world's population, you would have clicked off by now. Still, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Please, if you have enjoyed what you've seen somehow, like and subscribe and leave a comment as to what you'd like us to talk about in future live streams or video topics you'd like to see. You can also go check out our merch if you feel so impelled as to give us money. Again, it
It's in the
doesn't go to
description.
us. It's in the description. It doesn't go to us. It goes right back into spreading the gospel and into the furthering of this ministry.
Yeah.
So with all that said, thank you all so very much for watching, and Lord willing, we will see you in the next one.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you in the next one. Deuces.